My father-in-law was an interesting and unique man. He had inherited his Norwegian ancestors' stoic persona and quiet manner, which reflected his diligence and wisdom. He was born and raised in the same farmhouse and lived there for almost 83 years. Despite his humble demeanor, he was able to make friends easily outside the small enclave of Norwegian farmers in the northeastern corner of South Dakota. His circle of acquaintances grew after he started working for the county as a crop inspector. However, his dreams and plans were interrupted when he had a massive stroke in his early 40s. It almost ended his story, but he managed to overcome it with the help of his friends and willpower. Upon his return home, a group of neighbor men visited him daily. Along with his wife, they held him upright and moved his feet, teaching him how to walk again. He persevered and farmed for another 40 years and never gave up. He had a noticeable limp, but it wasn't caused by the stroke. It happened during a baseball game in his younger years. Without any show or bravado, he became the foundation of his community. On his deathbed, the community visited him, but instead of receiving consolation and sympathy, he spent time with each visitor, recognizing, thanking, and encouraging them. He gave of himself until the very end. In today's world, it is common to use personal pronouns like I, me, my, and mine when we interact with each other, but we must remember that the story is not just about us as individuals, but about all of us as a community. We are all part of something bigger than ourselves, and if we fail to recognize this, we will fail to understand that we do not have complete control over anything. Throughout history, humanity has never had full control. Even in the past, hunter-gatherers could not control when their prey would appear, when the berries would ripen, or whether the bees would produce a lot of honey that year. The best they could do was to learn from their experiences, be observant, and show up at the right time. In modern society, things have not changed significantly. We wake up every morning and follow a path that has been shaped by our culture, society, community, and geopolitics. Although it may seem complicated and confusing, we have little control over it. Once we recognize this fundamental truth, life becomes more manageable. Focusing on how we fit into this world is less frustrating than trying to control the situation around us. It can be difficult to grasp this lesson when considering the ideas of freedom, personal desires, and rights. However, it is based on a fundamental understanding of human behavior. Our natural instinct is to act based on our emotions. Nevertheless, if we take a moment to pause and think before we act, it will be easier to make rational decisions. The best gift is giving to others. My father-in-law can attest to this.